for today's cup of coffee with Scream.
Oh!
Oh, God. We had some partial sun at least today, and I was able to function.
Yeah.
I did pretty damn good.
Mm-hmm.
I got oldest kid. He's now got this face squid, and yeah.
Yep.
He got the one that has the elephant trunk in the front. If you're wondering what a face squid is, it's CPAP.
You got the elephant.
A CPAP machine is an adventure.
Uh-huh.
It truly is, because I've had one for quite a few years as far as having obstructive sleep apnea. And before I was diagnosed, I was sitting and I could fall asleep in a split second.
Loves that.
Fall asleep sitting in a chair, fall asleep, just put my head down on a table.
You just fall asleep wherever you are.
Yeah, because when you're sleeping and you're supposed to be resting and you can't breathe, and it makes for a very tiresome day. That's it. And so they give you this machine that is designed to have something over your face.
Mouth agape.
Those of us that have to, it's like if the nose stops up, then you breathe through your mouth. So, yeah. And to have a hose come out the front of it. Well, if you're a side sleeper or if you sleep on your stomach, you're fucked.
Yeah. Yeah. You are.
And so you sit there all night long readjusting the damn mask. How is that beneficial?
It's not. It's not. It's not conducive to a good night's sleep, having something attached to your face and then having to wake up and adjust it, or if it's spitting on you.
Right, because if you've got the humidity too high, it will, the condensation, and it's going, and that, or you have the seal that breaks and it's like, that's not.
The spitting.
Yeah. So I have the one now that has the Teletubby thing, that has the tube that goes on the top of your head. And I'm sure that I have an indentation in my skull. For real. Because that happens.
If you wear headphones for a long time, you already have that indentation.
Mm-hmm. So it's all
got
good.
it.
But anyhow,
I've also got a weird bone thing on the back of my head where I'd lay in the tub and for so many years, and it's just... my head is oddly misshapen.
We are deforming ourselves.
Yes.
Our society.
Every day.
It is deforming.
Every day.
So, even though with my advice, oldest kid, he goes ahead and gets the one that's got the tube in the front, and I'm trying to give him some advice, and that didn't bode well. It rarely does.
What did he say to
Trying to explain to him about, even though that it has a cushion on it, you really need to get a liner to go on that cushion to prevent any kind of irritation, because some of us are allergic to the things that are supposed to be hypoallergenic.
Yeah, that's supposed to be skin-safe silicone that's on it, but
it's not.
No.
And it's like where the straps go across your face, people can make some very strange assumptions if they don't understand. I'm just leaving it at that.
Just leave it at that.
So you have to get these little pads that go over that so that people are not making assumptions. I can roll with that.
You fucking freak!
So trying to explain this to him, and it always amazes me how the people who have no experience with whatever are experts, even though they have no experience. I think that has to do with those younger than Gen X. I don't know what the hell happened. There was some kind of disconnect between Gen X and the millennials and on down.
There's something that went wrong there, but it could be due to poisoning of the foods.
It could be. I think there's
like
a lot. For real.
A lot of hubris.
On our behalf, or another Gen X will sit there going, okay, fine, figure it out. And then what happens is they come back and it's like, why didn't you tell me? It's like, you wouldn't listen.
It's like,
I tried to tell you. You wouldn't listen. You knew it all. So, fuck around, find out. That's all I can say. But it's like, so this will be his first night with the face squid.
I'm waiting to get the updates.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Because it's like when you have the rash because that you have been allergic to the silicone and stuff. Again, more assumptions. Assume nothing.
I don't know what those assumptions would be.
Don't think about it. Don't go there.
Yeah, no.
Just don't. It's best not to.
I'm not gonna ask. I'm not gonna pry on that. There's a lot of things. Leave me in my blissful ignorance and innocence.
Oh, over the weekend, I really think that I need to sit down and make a list of words that are wonderful words. I love words.
That are a whole dictionary of words.
That are no longer... A dictionary is a fascinating thing.
It actually is.
Yes.
What was that one word that I
Befuddle.
No, it wasn't befuddled. It was something else.
I don't know. It was somewhere through there. You can find it. Just go to befuddle and read down.
What's that? What is that? I think it was on the same page that befuddled was on.
Yes, because I love the word befoul.
You do.
And you always have this
and it's amusing to
essence. It does amuse me because it's always like an homage to the bard. Every time you say befoul. Because even those of us who are Appalachian have that Shakespearean air.
Every time you say befouled, a Shakespearean actor gets its wings.
That's quite possible. That is quite possible. I still think we ought to do our version of a Shakespearean whatever. Just read it like we normally talk.
I've never read Shakespeare, never watched the plays.
I don't see how
I never studied
world.
That. Huh?
I don't see how in the world between our whole bunch that I think you just refused to be in here when we were watching some of those things.
I don't remember y'all watching it whatsoever.
Especially as far as the unnamed play. The play which shall not be spoken.
My autistic ass probably heard the unnamed play and then was like, what is that called? What is it? Is it like Voldemort?
Sort of. Sort of, because there is a lore in theater. And as far as Macbeth was the play. And supposedly,
so that's the unnamed
yes, play? Because supposedly if the name was uttered, which how can you not utter the name? It's all through the damn play.
I guess it has to do with context.
I don't know, but it was bad luck or something.
Well,
theater
people
people
so many
are.
Mirrors, it's already bad luck.
Theater people are so superstitious. Now you talk about some superstitious human beings.
Well, some of that shit I swear is true.
Yeah. Yeah.
No shit.
So what was wondrous for me was when I was in high school, and of course they used to teach people properly. And that we did do. That was a requirement to learn Shakespeare and study some of these master works.
Well, they were also still genuinely trying to educate y'all.
Yeah. And proper grammar and usage and everything like that.
And they do not.
Not anymore. I don't know. It's indoctrination.
Yes.
But we got to, as far as, and you could try out for different parts and whatever it was. I was one of these. I would have been happy doing the lighting or something. I really would have been.
You wanted to be a stagehand.
I did. Because that's the fun part.
The whole thing is fun.
It can be.
Sort of, kind of. Set design.
Except for the egos. Having to deal with the assholes and the egos, which goes hand in hand. That's not fun.
Well, to be a star, you have to have some level of narcissism, you know?
Some of them take it way too far.
And some of them never get out of character.
I got to be one of the 3 witches.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah! With the whole double toil and trouble. And it was fun. It was fun.
Double, boy, and trouble.
Toil and trouble, fire burning cauldron bubble. Eye of Newton, toe
I did not know that was from Shakespeare.
Yes.
Shows what I... See? Told you I didn't study that shit. I heard it in the Muppets.
Oh, my God. Well, hey, there was a lot of things. People have learned an appreciation for the classics in many ways. It's like Bugs Bunny is responsible for a lot of people's understanding of classical music. There's nothing wrong with that.
The Bugs Bunny?
Yes, the original ones.
Yeah.
Back when they were good.
Yeah. I mean, there's a bunch of classical, what are they called? Tracks? Classical tracks in there.
Yeah.
That's basically the majority of their soundtrack. Yeah.
And it was a matter of somebody going, hey, I really like this, and let me explore this. Because not everybody can listen to classical music every day. I know that there are some people who can. People go through phases.
Psychopaths.
No.
It's like, never mind, I'll leave that. I'm going to stay on topic.
Everybody just does their own thing. But as far as there have been so many amazing words that are not used now.
Because people have gotten dumber.
Yeah, I think so.
And they do not bother to expand their vocabulary.
Mm-hmm.
They do not bother to study as soon as they're out of high. Some of them don't even bother studying while in school.
Why would you ever stop learning? Why would you ever stop growing? I don't understand. But I am nerd. But befoul. I am nerd.
Watch me read.
That's it. Befoul, to make dirty or pollute.
Soiled it.
Yes.
Soiled it.
Yes. SpongeBob-isms.
Soiled it. That's our Shakespeare. That is Gen Z Shakespeare.
And that's okay. That's okay. But it's just interesting how many things in our culture and society have become befouled.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything from music to theater to movies, TV, all of it.
You want to know something that they recently befouled? Do you want to know something?
What now?
One of my favorite movies they have turned into a musical.
Oh God, what was it?
And I will sing you part of the musical. That was rude. That was pretty fucking rude. Death Becomes Her.
Oh God,
they turned that into a fucking musical now.
Oh no.
And let me tell you, when I saw that, I'm still livid.
It's one of his favorite movies. Has been since he saw it. I mean, he would quote it verbatim.
Ernest, you pushed me down the stairs.
But the thing is, I don't know if it is a matter of trying to befoul what has already been created, or if it's a matter that people have lost creativity. I don't want to think that they have lost creativity, because there's too much evidence of creativity being out there, such as some of the independent video games.
That's the thing. A lot of the people that are doing the independent stuff, these companies or whoever's in charge of this shit are not picking them up. That's like the Dolly Parton musical. They had an open cast call or whatever on TikTok to cast some people unknown or whatever. They went ahead and casted already established Broadway stars. Basically wasted everyone's time.
That's always fun.
For the Dolly Parton musical.
Yeah.
Why would you have an open cast call, like hoping to get someone that's unknown or whatever, when you're not even going to hire them?
I think it's just a matter of hype.
That
pulling the rug out from under somebody.
That's going to be something else that's befouled.
Yes. Yes. And it's like we were talking about the hype and everything, and that befouling trust. It destroys trust. Mm-hmm. And that where you've got this trend as far as what is it that they call the clickbait titles? Is that what it is, clickbait?
It's clickbait, but it's also just, at this point, it's headlines. It's tabloid.
Yeah.
Tabloid titles.
And we don't do clickbait titles. As evidenced by viewer count, it doesn't matter. Because we just don't.
Right.
And it's like you've got some of the people, they know how to play the game, and it works. There's this one dude that every time we watch it, and it's like all he's doing is advertising his personal product. He tells you nothing, And yet we continue to click on his videos, and I don't know why. Because we hope that it's going to be different, knowing that it won't.
That is very true, and that's the thing. What I've been noticing, a lot of the shit that I've been watching, almost everybody's saying the same damn thing and saying nothing at the same time.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, yeah.
It's a regurgitation, and that nobody knows shit about shit.
Or people are bitching about the same stuff. And they got the same facts that they heard from somewhere else, whatever. And they're not even putting it in an original way.
Right.
In a transformative way.
Right. That they're commenting on somebody else's commentary about something else that somebody commented on.
Yes.
What is that? That's a nothing.
It's slop.
Yes.
Befouled.
It is.
Befouled content.
And at a certain point, viewers get really weary of that.
And like, legitimately, in the early days of YouTube, it was a bunch of shit posting, but it was very much still that creativity.
The original ones.
And then fucking 2016 happened, and everybody went to the fucking commentary community.
Was that the Adpocalypse thing?
Yes.
Okay.
I think it was even starting before that. Like, during the time of the Harlem Shake and all that, you know?
I don't.
Shit went downhill. That was 2013, I think.
Okay.
A lot of shit went down in
2013, my world blew up, and I still am trying.
I
don't even know where the pieces are now. I don't.
Everyone's world, literally, the whole world blew up in 2013. The Mayans got it wrong. It wasn't 2012 that the world blew up. It was 2013.
Probably. I have no doubt. Very well could be. Because they've changed the calendars and people misinterpreted the calendars and everything else. So that's highly feasible.
Befouled it.
They did. But that's just like, even as far as when you've got government officials and stuff that they are doing the camera ready bullshit, there's a problem. When they're doing hype about, oh, this is something big's coming, and that's improper. I really don't. Don't try to play the social media game. Especially some of the ones that are older. It's not your lane. Don't go there. Because all you're going to do is look foolish. And we've seen this. That one old dude that they were trying to do him TikTok ready the other day. And he had the little, note cards and shit to throw back from Bob Dylan from the 60s. And he was back there with Bob Dylan in the 60s. But he looked idiotic.
I didn't see that.
I'm glad you didn't.
But there's a lot of shit that, like, some older people, we don't mind. We really don't mind some of them because we see that they're genuinely trying to have fun and stuff like that and appreciating,
But most of them are true to their age on a lot of this stuff, too.
Yes, and it is very apparent. And some of them, it's like, you're trying to say so relevant, yet you're being so out of touch at the same time.
Yeah.
You're befouling the trend.
Yes.
Befouling the dance, whatever, the memes.
That was like the Pam Bondi wannabe that I saw in Walmart today.
Oh, God.
And from behind, okay, it's like 20-year-old or something like that. And then she turned around and is like, whoa, damn, you older than I am, lady. And it's like, first thing I thought was catfish. How many have you done that way? Because she had the hair, and then she had the nail did, and she had the bling on her phone case. And I'm like,
did she look like a real life Barbie in a way, like an older Barbie or something like that?
It was just poser. It's like,
because there was a lady in the mental institution that I was in years ago. She was one of the therapists, and she literally did dress like she was an older lady, about in her 40s or 50s, and she dressed like a full-on ass 80s Barbie, pink everywhere, glitter, makeup, all that, soul. Nails, heels.
And every day I'm like, thank you, Jesus, for removing me from that profession. Thank you. No, I
literally told her, you look like a Barbie. You look like... I didn't want to say what I fully wanted to say, but I'm just like, you look like a Barbie. You're dressed like a Barbie.
You're trying to be. You are trying to be. Not even I want to be. He's just trying to be. No, but this one, it was hilarious. And it's like, I'm really, again, grateful for the restraining hand of God in my life, because that's what keeps me out of jail. And to sit there, and when she turned around and it was that, wah! Moment.
Did you actually go, huh?
It was,
Huh!
I do not have poker face. I do not have poker face. And so I'm sure that it was the wide eyes, that's that shocked look. And it's like, there's a part of me that's like, honey, it don't matter how much surgery you get. It don't matter how thin you stay. All this bunch of stuff, you're one day closer to death.
Oh, God.
I didn't say it.
God.
I didn't say it.
So,
I didn't say it.
you know.
Oldest kid would have gone through the floor. Youngest kid and I have a tendency to sort of overwhelm.
Sort of, kind of, but on that, I probably would have wanted to crawl under the pavement or something.
I didn't say it. I just thought it.
Like, did she look... Okay, my question is, did she look like a lot lizard? Because a lot of them try to have that look and fail to do so.
It wasn't lot lizard. It was, honestly, camera ready. It was the Pam Bondi thing that's 60 years old, and everybody's sitting there going, oh, you look like you 30. You look like you 20. And it's like, no, you look like you 60 trying to look like you 20 or 30. You have befouled yourself because you're lying. It is an illusion.
Yeah.
It is a befoulment of the truth. I have problems with that. I believe in authenticity. Be real. That used to be a thing of people being real, of being authentic. And how the hell we went from that to being totally deceived, living in some kind of fucking illusion that's crazy, I don't know.
Well, look at Pamela Anderson. Look at her now. She's actually, she's embracing her natural self. She's being authentic.
I think that there was something that happened and she went back to the glam thing. I don't know.
Well,
I don't keep up with
She
them.
did the movie The Last Showgirl.
Okay.
So, but after that, like, she hasn't had the makeup and all that lately that I've noticed or seen. Even for interviews for The Last Showgirl, she had bare face, all that.
I am convinced that there is a special level in hell for paparazzi.
Oh, there definitely is, because they are roaches.
Yeah, because to sit there and go, oh, look at them now. Well, everybody 40 years later is going to look different.
Well, the thing is, they've always befouled. They've always befouled the mystique of celebrities.
Exactly.
I mean, they just absolutely brutalize them.
To build somebody up just to tear them down. I don't understand that either.
But that's what the tabloids are. That's that's who the paparazzi works for, is the tabloids.
They work for Satan.
Yeah, to spread gossip and rumors. And...
Yeah, and they do their jobs well. And they're very, very busy all the time. But that's like we were talking about as far as the music industry. And when I went I was still on the Vietnam music playlist again today, and I'm like, what is up with that? That scares me. It scares me.
There's something, yeah.
And how many of those songs? And now the one by, hey, what's that sound?
I don't
and
know.
It's like it went out of my head. Buffalo Springfield, I think, was who it was.
Yeah, I don't know the band.
That is just as relevant today as it was back in the 60s. But how many of those songs were MK Ultra, CIA, written, produced, everything like that, to control the masses, to befoul the minds of the young, just like we're seeing going on today?
It's been going on for a while.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, like, I think it really started in the 60s. Or 70s.
No, it was the 60s and stuff. Well, you got to think that Operation Paperclip was back in the 40s.
Shit.
Yeah. Yeah. About 80 years of psyops. course, the devil's been doing psyops since the beginning. Did
Yeah.
God really say? Half-truths and lies.
Yep.
He was the original befouler.
Mm-hmm. He truly was.
Mm-hmm. To
Well,
take paradise.
Well, God's gonna fix that shit.
Yeah.
So,
But it's just been really interesting to watch these things, and it's like, I would rather have, I've always said this, I would rather deal with an honest sinner than a dishonest saint any day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Somebody that understands the position that they are in that moment. There's no shame in that. To sit there and go, yes, I'm 60 years old. I don't look like I did when I was 20. I don't look like I'm not camera ready. This is why that we're not on camera. I don't have to be any of that stuff. All I have to do is be me.
Mm-hmm.
That was that my assignment, be you. I can do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And to encourage other people, be you. The world needed a you. God designed you. Instead of waiting for somebody else to tell people who they are. Don't let somebody else befoul you, your spirit, your mind, any of that. Be you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Authentically you.
Yes.
That's what Sloan Bella has been trying to say for a while. We are put on this earth to be ourselves authentically.
I think I'm a little bit ahead of the game on that one. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. I think.
And to encourage others.
Yeah.
It is that discovery. And to reclaim. And just because something has been befouled, it can be cleansed.
That is true.
Yeah.
Stuff, a lot of disinfectant. Scrub that shit.
Absolutely. Your mind, your spirit, your body, all of it.
You want to know a playlist that is not befouled?
What is that?
Brain soap.
The brain soap I think that would work well.
Or something. I think it was like music to clean your mind or something like that. That's
well, there you go.
Brain soap. And it literally sounds like soap. It sounds like what you would imagine an auditory clean sound,
Wonderful.
Walking
Now,
through the soap section or something like that.
Where can this playlist be found?
You can find it on Spotify or YouTube.
And it's brain soap.
No, it's not brain soap. It's music to clean your mind or something like that. So now my playlist is brain soap. That's a knockoff version of the music to clean your mind.
What is your Spotify name, or do you want to share that? Is it public or is it not?
It's private. Like the only person who I'm comfortable with really seeing it is you. That's it.
I actually have playlists over there on Spotify. It's Orlando.
There's an abundance. And they're really good. No, your playlists. There's an abundance of playlists that you have made on there, and they're good.
Yeah. Do not be befouled.
The other one that's not befouled is her. It's one of your sleep mixes that has
Bluestone and I'm trying to think who else that one was.
Standing on the edge of no way.
Was it Mythos?
Yeah, Mythos.
Mythos is a wonderful group. There's a lot of that. Some of and we will do a video on this in the near future as far as people started shitting on the new age music. A lot of the quote unquote new age music is very soothing.
Yeah.
So we'll not go down that rabbit hole. We'll save that for another day.
Yeah.
Everybody's having paranormal. Everybody's having supernatural. Do you want to tell them where we can be found?
You can find us on BitChute, Rumble, and YouTube at Rolanda's Cup of Coffee with Scream. Before I stop, Twitch is befouled.
Oh, Twitch and a lot of these things have been befouled. Are you kidding? Oh, my God.
Found out, no joke, wanted some of the employees down there. That's the only reason people like Hassan Piker, Frogan, Denims, whatever the fuck their names are. The reason that they're not banned is because literally some of the employees at Twitch support them and are protecting their asses.
Of course. That's been going on for years now with various and sundry. Yeah.
Damn. Someone was like, well, wait until Amazon finds out. Amazon is supporting them. Amazon ain't gonna do shit. They're the same ones that's promoting them.
We are in a spiritual battle. This is good versus evil, light versus dark.
Yeah.
And you've got even the normies are going, this is something more than just human. Prayer.
And legit,
all the time.
All of the stuff I've been watching with this shit, my feed is befouled.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We'll have to cleanse it again.
Yeah. You have control over that.
Yeah.
Take back your power.
Mm-hmm. You can find... Did I already do that?
Go ahead and do... I don't know whether you did or not. I've got the Twitch thing befouled my train of thought.
Yeah. Find us on BitChute, Rumble, and YouTube at Rolanda's Cup of Coffee with Scream. Also check her out on X, previously known as Twitter. Twitter's befouled. Has been befouled.
X.
Yeah.
Be discerning. You don't. If it's something that you don't want to see, you can put not interested, block it, ban it, whatever.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah.
You can find her on there at Rolanda's Cup of Coffee. Rolanda, COCWS.
Yeah, there was a letter count.
Yeah.
That's it. That's what it was about. Know that you are loved. Treat other people the way you would like to be treated. And Lord willing, we'll see you on the next cup.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
Bye.